South African telenovela The Queen comes to an end. 6 seasons later of the South African telenovela The Queen, we saw the last episode of the telenovela, and I think the past seasons, have been filled with quite a lot of content, a lot of stories and storylines. Storylines that I think most of us can relate to, and which we thought were just proudly, South African stories, being told on camera. And I think as a result of that, so many people's lives being mirrored and portrayed on screen, which I think is always a beautiful experience, right? I think it was one of those telenovelas which I think were in a way defining how it is that we can narrate proudly South African stories on screen. I like to believe, or at least how I experienced the Queen starting out, and and I think those things really defined it as like a telenovela, and really differentiated it from the soapies. I do know occasionally you read some people's comments and like, I think it's now becoming a soap. Guys, okay, tell me, at some point, what are some of the things that happen, or maybe some of the things that have happened in The Queen that you may have given you that I think this is something that is likely to happen on a soapy, or likely to happen on a telenovela? Or is it the thing of with telenovelas, we are used to storylines, 2 weeks, we are wrapping up, we're jumping into something else, so much so that maybe if something gets prolonged, that we like, oh, that's soapy vibes? Or is it maybe by the end of a season, something that was plot or like a plot that was introduced or initially was not resolved? What are some of the things that for you, when you're watching, you're like, oh, when you watch The Queen, you're like, oh, I don't think I'm seeing what I was sold? But also I think The Queen, I think it really fought and stayed strong, and I think fought in a sense that viewers came back to it. I think there were solid religious viewers of The Queen, though you don't clock over 1 million viewers on a show because you're not doing anything right. You are definitely doing something right, that you have an audience that truly believes in that story, so I definitely do know that a few viewers must be disappointed with The Queen having come to an end. And I think in terms of the finale episode, I've never seen so many extras die. Baze bashona lama extra. Guys, 24-minute episode, I think 17 minutes on the dot, shooting and killing, and Harriet Koza killing that villain and that saying little girl, those were nice. Because she was a little girl. How dare you come into Harriet's world and you think you'll call the shots and dominate it, her world. How heartbreaking was the kid having the gun and pointing it at Harriet? It reminded me of a certain Hollywood movie. It did. And I think also, I don't know if, I think it would be nice if Harriet was killed by a Jerry. I think, I don't know how you would have received it, but somebody acting as Jerry, getting stunt, it can't be a stunt man. Is it a stunt man? Or like, a recast of Jerry just for that episode. Maybe after Harriet kills that young lady and he's the one that really just puts a bullet in Harriet's head. She was way too cocky. And also because Jerry has been gunning for Harriet's blood since day one. So I think it would be, I think it would take it to the ground if Jerry. But also you then understand the insensitivity that could come with that. I don't think it's something that writers didn't think about. I don't think so. Also taking into account that the lead actor that played Jerry, the late Shona Ferguson, is no longer alive. So that in a way I think maybe could have tainted the legacy he left on the show, not a bit negatively. Could have tainted his legacy on the show negatively. So I would understand that choice. I'd understand that choice, but seeing the Khoza family reign supreme, I think that's the way to end a telenovela. I think when it comes to soapies, you expect a lot of talking, a lot of hugging, and so those deliberate fightings and whatnot, I enjoyed that. I thought, this is how you end it all in a telenovela. Make people work, and end the story. But Harriet deserved to die. If not killed by Jerry, by someone. Yeah, man, that's all I have to say regarding the Queen. What are your thoughts with the Queen coming to an end? And if you were a religious Queen fan viewer, what are you now currently watching? And do you miss it already on screen? Do let me know in the comments. I am Peter African. Thank you so much for honoring me with your time. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on TikTok or other social media platforms, hit the follow button if you're interested in us talking about film conversations. Thank you so much.